Tanga readers. Right, as promised, one on books. As you know, they're always music related, so they might not necessarily be a strict music book, but music will be at least a narrative thread, okay? Right, this is just a nice... Listen, I've had more Elvis books than you have, and I've got rid of most of them because most of them are rubbish. But this is just a nice little package, and I'll show you what you get in it. Opens up, you get these great early photos, and then there's a repro. That's a repro 45 of the first Sun single, which is quite an unusual touch, isn't it? And then you get in the slipcase, you get this really lovely book. Get this really nice book that's just, it's basically, it's the Sun years. So, you know, it's got some really nice photos in this, lots of info. And if you're into the Sun stuff, and let's face it, you know, if you like Elvis, you're into the Sun stuff, aren't you? And so it's just a nice little package. You get the really lovely book, and you get the Sun 45 as a nice little repro as well. And it's a rather handsome little package, that. There's some other tracks on there as well. Isn't that great? Right, next fella. Wavy Gravy. Now, I don't know if you know about Wavy Gravy, but his real name is Hugh Romney. He was one of the old beat poets, and somewhere, I think the story is that the B.B. King gave him the name Wavy Gravy one day, and he stuck to it. But he was the leader of the hog farm. And they were a bunch of hippies, but who actually did really good stuff. And one of the things they did, the hog farm, was they collected money to have kids in India to have their cataracts removed from their eyes, because it was one of those things that was relatively cheap to do, obviously, for a Westerner, but for them it was impossible. And they saved the eyesight of literally thousands of kids. So that's why I've always sort of had time for him, because he's like a genuine bloke. But this is great, this book. It's all about his life. So from when he was a beat poet, managed by Lenny Bruce at one stage, he put an album out. It's very rare if you ever see it, Hugh Romney. And then all his time as Wavy Gravy, going to all those be-ins, acid do's and, you know, happenings and what have you. So, and if you're a Grateful Dead fan, then you're going to absolutely love that, I tell you, because he was at everything. Now, next one is a really good book on chess records. Obviously, chess records needs, you know, no introduction. And this is a really good, look at this, a really solid tome and lovely, really good quality photos in their little section, and really in-depth research. Everything you'd want to know, basically. All your heroes in here, Chuck and Bo, Muddy Waters, all the cats in here. So it's a really good read. And then this one's unusual. Don't know if you like Anita O'Day, but I have a lot of time for Anita O'Day. She's one of my favourite singers, and she was on that whole, you know, junkie scene that Lenny Bruce was on. And she actually got to hang out with Lord Buckley. And one of the chapters in here is about her hanging out with Lord Buckley, which I thought was just, it really doesn't get much cooler than that, does it? You know what I mean? And I love her voice anyway. I think she's fantastic. And I'm sure I speak for a lot of people, you know, who say they discovered her through Jazz on a Summer's Day. It's how I got into her, you know. But anyway, lovely Anita O'Day. That's her autobiography, really marvellous. And this is just a little book that Ronnie Scott did. And it's almost like a little diary, I suppose, of it's just him opening up Ronnie Scott's and stories about it. Really lovely little read. And then this is just something to show you. But back in the day, this is the 50s, but if you did have a record shop, these were how the catalogues used to come. And aren't they attractive? I mean, look at the lovely artwork on that. And of course, this would have been EMI. So you've got Columbia, MGM, and Parlophone. And this is the year 1957 to 1958. And it's 78, 33 and a third, and 45 RPM. And look how much is in there, ladies and gentlemen. Look how much stuff is in there, and that's for 1 year. That's how much they released in 1 year. And you could go into your record shop, you see, and they say, and you heard about a record, and they just look it up in this. Go, yep, if it's in here, they could order it for you. That's why all these wonderful records are about, because these adventurous people would go into the shop and say, oh, can I have a look through the old catalogue? And that's what they used to look like. Really lovely, aren't they? Right. Bit different. Day in the life. This is the book if you're into the whole underground scene. And, you know, all those clubs like the UFO and all that kind of thing. This is the book to get. This is the one. Jonathan Green, A Day in the Life. It's everything you'd want about that era, that period. It's everyone, all the movers and shakers, they're all in here. And if you're going to read one book on that whole thing, it's, of course, the music's Syd Barrett, you know, Soft Machine, all that kind of stuff. Now, this one, of course, is the American side of it. This is a really good in-depth book, Summer of Love, by Joel Selvin. This is all about that West Coast scene, because it's all about the acid and all that kind of stuff. It takes in all the music, and so you've got people like, well, the Jefferson Airplane and the Grateful Dead, for example. So you've got people like that are movers and shakers in it. So it's the whole scene. And the music, of course, is the glue that holds it all together. Really excellent book, very well researched and well written. So I recommend that. Now, a couple of coffee table books for you. This one is absolutely gorgeous. This is one of my favorite coffee table books, and this is one that you can just look at again and again. And it's Heart and Soul, and it's lovely picture of Little Richard on the front in it. That's what caught my eye, obviously. But this is just about Black American culture. And it's really fantastic. What do they call it? A celebration of black music style in America, 1930 to 1975, which is right up my street. A foreword by Etta James, but honestly, it's... Let me see if I can just show you some of it. Can you see? All these covers, posters. It's just really wild. So you've got like, let me just show you something. This is just a page at random. But you can see the stuff in it. And it's just chocker. It's just chocker, all black American style and culture. It's just really marvellous. It's one of my favourite ones. But Heart and Soul, that is. And by Bob Merlis. Really excellent book. And then the ultimate beautiful junkie, of course, Chet Baker. And this is the William Claxton photos. So, you know, if you're into that whole moody junkie, sunken cheekbone sort of look of Chet Baker, then this is the one for you. It's got all the photos in. I'll just show you some of the really nice ones. I mean, that's the one that you all know, right? That's the famous one. But then in that series, you get this one where he's with that lovely girlfriend of his, who's actually Pakistani. A lot of people thought she was black, but she's Pakistani. I can't remember her name now, but she's got a Muslim name. It escapes me. But what does it say on here? Helma, yeah. Really marvellous. Really great book. Absolutely fantastic photos. William Claxton's the guy that did the classic Lord Buckley cover, where he's in a pith helmet and smoking a joint. That's him. And then of course this was the fantastic one that went on the 10-inch with Jerry Mulligan. This is just a really wonderful book. All that classic. If jazz is your thing and the 50s is your style thing, then this is brilliant, this book. And then I like to end with a reference to Lou Reed, and of course these links are going to get more and more tenuous. But obviously a massive influence on Lou Reed was William Burroughs. So we're going to show a nice copy of Naked Lunch, and you know, he was a very, very big influence on Lou. So you know, I put that in there. It's my little Lou Reed link. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed those books, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back very soon.